It is time. Finally, after trying for so long. In case you all are unfamiliar with my channel or with me, first off, hello, my name is Brittany. I'm so glad that you are here. But for those of you who don't know, I finally have gotten the villager to leave that I've had beef with since the very beginning of New Horizons. That's right, folks. Megan is leaving Patagonia. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, I'm getting this stupid purple bear to leave. I know that a lot of people really like Megan, but I personally do not. I've had some serious issues with Megan in the past. She again was on my very first island of Suncrest when I first started New Horizons in March of 2020. And then once I finally decided that I was going to do a cottagecore island, she of course was not cottagecore theme, but she would never leave. She was literally the last villager out of my starting 10 to want to move. It took months to get this girl to move out. So I am super excited that she is the villager that decided to move out. So I am bidding you a farewell. Alright, so here we are, time travel to the next day. It is 5 in the morning. I thought that we could have a nice, chill, early morning villager hunt. Now, is it actually 5 in the morning for me? No, it's actually 8 p.m., but I like to pretend. 5 a.m. is my favorite time to actually set my game to play, so I usually do that, especially if I want like a really relaxing villager hunt, which is what I'm looking for today. Now, you might be asking, Brittany, who are we looking for today? And I know that I have, and this might sound a little crazy, I know that I have several more villagers than I need for Patagonia, several dreamies, but there's one man that I want above all else, and that is the man himself, Mr. Julian. I want to find Julian today. He is my #1 dreamie, and so Julian is my goal for today. I know that I have all those other villagers that I also have to fill spaces for. And you might be thinking to yourself again, what happens if you find one of your other dreamies? Well, here's the kicker. I will settle for no one today besides Julian. I know that that's insane, but hear me out, okay? Since New Horizons came out, and I realized that you could time travel and that you could get Nook Mile tickets and you could hunt for whatever villager that you wanted to get on your island. And I looked through the list of villagers in New Horizons and I saw Julian. He's been my #1 since day one. You can even see my little unicorn purse that I have. I absolutely love Julian. And I know that I've had Julian before. I had him on my very first island of Suncrest. But again, he wasn't my Julian. He was a purchased Julian from someone who had gifted him some questionable attire. I talked about that in my last villager hunt. And so I want my own Julian. I want a pure Julian who has never been on any island besides Patagonia. And yeah, I have Julian's amiibo because I made sure to buy it. But I again want that satisfaction of finding Julian myself, walking out of the plane, skipping through the dialogue, and then walking around and up the dock and seeing my little unicorn boy. And so that's who I'm looking for today. I will settle for no one else. Doesn't matter if I see another dreamie. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if it's my second most wanted dreamie, which would be Judy. It has to be Julian today or bust. So I have 100 tickets, and I'm planning on hunting through these 100 tickets. And if I don't find Julian today, I guess I'll hunt again tomorrow. But Julian is the only one for me. It's Goldie. I do really love Goldie. She was one villager that I highly considered getting for Patagonia because, I mean, she fits the general theme. She is yellow, and I do think that she is a super cutie. But not today, Goldie. I am on a mission for my smug boy, Julian, and Julian only. So thinking on the lines of villager hunting, I remember one of the very first dreamies that I really looked for was Bo. I am a big fan of Bo. Bo is one of my favorite villagers in the game, if not my top favorite. But, I mean, I can't say that in this video, though. It's Julian. No, it's a pretty close tie between Bo and Julian, really, honestly. But I feel a really strong connection to Julian, just because he's that first villager that I really wanted. But again, thinking about villager hunting in the very beginning of the game, I remember that Bo was one of the very first people that, or one of the very first villagers that I went looking for, seeking out, spending hundreds and hundreds of Nook Mile tickets to try to find. And my little brother made a joke, and he was like, if you go to the next island and Bo's there, you have to buy me an Oculus game, because we like to do silly little things like that, me and my siblings. And so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, because I had spent hundreds of tickets trying to find Bo. And I just knew that Bo would not be on the next island that I went to. But lo and behold, the man himself showed up. I finally found Bo, which of course was a plus. But I wound up having to purchase a game for my little brother because I'm nothing if not a person of my word. So I will do what I tell that I will do. So I purchased Super Hot for him on the Oculus. But I was a little bitter about it. Just a little bit. Definitely not a lot. Alright, I have a good feeling about this island. I think this will be our Julian island. Let's see who we got. That is definitely not Julian. No, it's Fauna. I do really love Fauna. When I had Bo on my island, Fauna was, of course, Bo's little girlfriend. And so I had them both together, and I placed their houses close, and they were my little couple on my Forest Core Island, and I really did like those two together. So I know that I said that it was 8 o'clock at night for me, but I am drinking a coffee, which is probably not the best idea for me, because coffee really makes me hyper. But I wanted to make sure that I was wide awake, and I'm wide awake now, so I really do enjoy a good cup of coffee. So for me personally, speaking of coffee, I have wanted to be a coffee drinker for a very long time. Sasha! Oh my goodness! Sasha was one of the villagers that I really did highly consider getting for Patagonia. Oh my goodness, I love Sasha. Unfortunately, you're no Julian. But again, as I was saying, speaking of coffee, I've always wanted to be a coffee drinker. And so my journey to become a coffee drinker has been a long time going. For those who don't know, I'm 27 years old, and I just recently, within the last 2 months, started drinking coffee. And for me personally, I like a good old cup of donut shop Snickers coffee with some sweet and creamy creamer in it. It is so good. I love the Snickers coffee specifically because it has a little bit of a peanut butter taste to it. I can taste the peanut in it. And I really do like and really do enjoy peanut butter. And so it gives it a nice little peanut flavor. Now, as far as being a Starbucks girly, I'm not one of those. I'm still a little too afraid to go out and order a coffee from somewhere because I am just afraid that I won't enjoy it as much and it'll kind of put me off from drinking coffee. So let me know in the comments, what are your drink orders when you go out for coffee? Where do you go? What do you get? And I might try it sometime if you sell it to me. Alright, let's see if this is the one with Julian. Come on, Julian. Is that Julia? Oh, we're on the right track. Julian. Julia was also one of the very first dreamies that I had. She was on my very first island too, so maybe she's bringing us some good luck that Julian will be next. I really do love Julia. I remember I wanted Julia so bad on my first island. She was so cute. And I again was on that Discord where I traded for Julian. But this time I found somebody who had a Julia that they were just giving away. And I was like, why would you give my girl away? And so I, of course, took that person up on the offer and moved Julia to Suncrest. And I really did love her. She's so sweet. I don't know about you all, but this rain makes it such a challenge to actually be able to tell who's who. Because just like Julia just a second ago, I had her for, you know, several months and I couldn't tell who the girl was. They're of course in these raincoats and these rain hats and I can't tell who's who. Aw, now she's another cutie. So we're actually getting some decent villagers right now, knock on wood. Hopefully that continues until we find our boy Julian. Alright, let's see who we get now. Let's check our tickets, see how we're doing. So we're several tickets in now. Let's see who is waiting for us on this island. It's an anteater. I don't really like the anteaters. They kind of disturb me. So it's a no for me today. So we're 20 tickets in now. 20 tickets in and we're still hunting for our Julian. So I know I talked about this in my previous villager hunting video where I talked about nostalgia for Animal Crossing New Horizons when it first came out. And so I've been watching. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's Fuchsia. It's Fuchsia. Fuchsia is on the list. Fuchsia is a dreamie for Patagonia. Oh no. I don't know what to do. I have 76 tickets left. Like, we've barely villager hunted. But Fuchsia is one of the villagers. What her catchphrase is precious. Oh no, guys. Oh, but I really, really want Julian. What do I do? Oh, this is a real dilemma. I didn't actually think that I would run into another one of my dreamies. Like, I kid you not, I've villager hunted hundreds of times in New Horizons, and I've never seen Fuchsia. This is the first time that I've ever actually encountered Fuchsia on a villager hunt. I'm actually so conflicted because I know what will happen. If I don't find Julian today, I will kick myself for not taking Fuchsia. I gotta stay strong though, I guess, guys. Good luck! Oh, that one hurts. That one hurt. I better find Julian, guys. If I don't find Julian, I am going to be so upset. Okay, to distract myself from the inevitably horrible decision that I just made, I'm going to continue my train of thought. So, thinking about the nostalgia for Animal Crossing New Horizons when it first came out in the game, I've been watching Console Kato do her perfect map, or her perfect map search. That was difficult for me to say for some reason, but I've been watching her search for her perfect map, and so I get inspired because I was like, I want to find my perfect map. Now mine does not look like hers, but I just wanted to find a map that really spoke to me, something that I really felt like I connected with. And so I did start a second island. It's on a totally different Switch. It's an island I think that I'm just going to keep for myself right now, because I want it to be an island that's just all about the nostalgia of the game and playing the game as it was originally intended. So instead of having that island out on the internet for the internet to see, I think that I'm going to keep that island for myself, just so that I have an island that I can play when I'm not making videos. Because I feel like I really want you all to be able to see, you know, things that I build and villagers that I find and terrible decisions that I make, like the one that I just made with Fuchsia. And so I try not to play Patagonia unless I am gathering items and different things for builds and all that good stuff. I try not to play Patagonia unless it's being recorded, because I want to have those videos for me to look back on, and also for you all to see the progress of the island, because I want you to be along for the journey. But this island that I started is, I'm just playing Animal Crossing. I'm playing it for what Animal Crossing used to be. So I'm fishing for all the fish. I'm catching all the bugs. I'm trying to complete my museum. I'm just enjoying the game. And so I've really loved it so far, and it's just really revitalized my feelings for Animal Crossing, because we get so caught up in, I gotta have the perfect island, and I want it decorated amazing, and I want it to be something people talk about on social media. I think that a lot of times we get burnt out so quickly because we see these social media islands, and we want our islands to look like that, of course, because some of them are absolutely stunning and amazing. But we forget to appreciate the game for what it was intended to be, which was a game that was relaxing and a game that was meant to just be fun and to not be a extra source of stress. And I think that we've turned it into an extra source of stress. So I'm going to have that island for myself, just to play Animal Crossing the way that it was intended. Now I will tell you, that island is off to a phenomenal start. So for my starters on that island, I got Poncho and I got Plucky, which I'm happy with both of them. I have no problems with either. So I'm going to, I of course kept the island whenever I got them. I'm going to try to collect their villager photos, because that's something that I've never done. I never got into collecting villager photos. So I think that that's going to be a goal of mine on that island, is to get villager photos. And then I've also already placed my 3 plots and got my 3 villagers, the first 3 villagers you get to move in. And my normal, I got Ellie, which I'm very happy with Ellie. Ellie is a cutie. Then for my Peppy, I actually got Ketchup, which was awesome. I love Ketchup. And so I was really happy to invite her on that island. And then I was really looking for Bo as my lazy, because Bo is my lazy boy. I really do love Bo. But again, I'm trying not to cheat on that island. I'm trying to just play it generic. And so when I went on a villager hunt for my first 3 villagers, I had 4 tickets. And so I never found Bo. And so I told myself, I'm just going to let my lazy autofill because, you know, I didn't have enough miles to get another ticket. And I didn't feel like grinding for any more. So I said, you know, I'll just take my chances. And that plot actually autofilled. Oh, look, another cutie. That plot actually autofilled to Bob, which I thought was crazy. Like, a Bob autofill? Okay then, game. So I have 3 villagers moving into that island or onto that island that I'm like ecstatic about. Like, there's not a single one of those villagers that I absolutely hate. And so it really has just brought back, you know, that feeling that I had in 2020. I just go pick up sticks and I hit the rocks and I collect my materials and I go fishing and I catch bugs and I dig up fossils and I'm just playing the game for what it is, and I've really enjoyed that. So maybe if you're feeling a little bit of burnout, that might be a suggestion for you. I know that not everyone has 2 switches. My switch that I have my second island on is actually my husband's. He played New Horizons for a little while, but then kind of fell out with it. And so I just picked up his switch and started playing on there. But if you're not sure how to revitalize your love for Animal Crossing, if you're not playing it, like, give it a chance. Try a restart. Maybe a fresh, clean slate could be what you need. Now, talking about all those cute villagers that I have gotten so far on that island, I'm probably going to wind up with the ugliest possible smug villager. I'm probably going to wind up with Chops, which I hope and pray I do not. But, you know, sometimes your luck will run out. Now, what I think would be hilarious is if my first campsite villager, my smug on that island, was Julian, because I'm looking for Julian now. So it would just be kind of funny. Maybe my wires get crossed and I wish him onto my second island instead of my original planned island. Oh, it's Gail. I love Gail. Her little heart is so cute. I just could never get behind the alligator villagers. But Gal was someone that I did consider because she is pink and she has hearts, but it's a no today, Gal. Speak of the devil, here he is. Bob, the man himself, showing up on Patagonia. I'll see you over on my other island, buddy. Right, let's see who this is. It's Octavian. I will be the first to admit that when the game first came out, I had all 3 of the octopus villagers on my island, and I love them. I love them all 3. It's Eric! Oh, I love Eric. Eric was on my very first island, so I'm getting a lot of Suncrest villagers, so maybe that's a good sign that we will see our boy Julian soon. Alright, we're down to 40 tickets. Let's see who we have here on this island. Got a Money Rock Island, and that is not Julian, so we will be headed back home. Alright guys, we're down to our last 25 tickets. I'm really starting to second guess my decision to not just take Fuchsia, but we have to be strong. We have to hold out hope that within these last 25 tickets, we're gonna find Julian. I know we will. We have to, right? And looky, look who it is. It's Portia. Portia was on my very first island as well, so we're just getting a lot of visitors from Suncrest. But where is Julian? Oh my goodness. Another cutie that I actually thought about getting for the island. But then the longer that I thought about it, I actually think I'm going to save her whenever I decide to do Fairy Core. So, not today, but someday soon, I promise. Now, she's very magical, so maybe we might be on the right track. Maybe Julian is just around the bend. I mean, I can hope, right? Oh no. Oh, no, no, no. Not another dreamie from the list. I literally have 10 tickets left. Okay, now keep in mind that I have already passed up on Fuchsia. Meringue is like one of my top villagers that I want for Patagonia. Like, she was one of the very first villagers that I settled on. I was like, I know I want Meringue on this island. I don't have Meringue's amiibo. I want to do a cutesy Kidcore cafe for Meringue. It would be a fun build. But I want Julian so bad. I'm gonna feel like I failed if I don't find Julian. But I know that I only have 10 tickets left. And here we have Meringue. And I do have Julian's amiibo. What should I do, guys? I wish that you all were here to tell me. You know what? I am getting very tired of villager hunting. It takes a lot out of you to go through 100 tickets. And I do have several other villagers that are on my list besides Julian. I know that Julian is one of my top dreamies. But I think that if I start to knock out the other villagers, then I'll have no choice but to look for only Julian. And I think that I'd be more satisfied taking Meringue today than I would have Fuchsia. Even though I do want Fuchsia. Fuchsia is kind of like a bottom tier dreamie. Mainly because I wanted to make sure that I had a villager from every single personality type. Because, again, Patagonia is a very young island. And I need reactions and I need DIYs and things like that. But I really want Meringue. Meringue was like one of the very first villagers I decided on. And so I think for that specific reason, I'm gonna cave. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take Meringue because I am ready to build again on Patagonia. And I know that that makes me weak-willed because I said absolutely no one besides Julian. But I feel like if it's a top tier villager, like I know I made the comment, like I'm not even going to take Judy if I saw Judy. Now, I would have been absolutely insane to not take Judy. I was really hoping that by making that comment, I would will Julian into existence because, you know, him hearing how strong that I'm going to be, that I would hold out for him and nobody else. But it's not gonna happen today. I know it's not gonna happen. I literally have 10 tickets. So I think that I am happy. I don't think that I'm happy. I know I'm happy with the decision that I made. Meringue is perfect. I'm happy with Meringue. Alright, guys. So that will do it for today's video. I know that I said that I would settle for no one besides Julian. But I'm very, very happy with Meringue. Meringue, of course, being a top tier dreamie for Patagonia. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that Julian would blame me for taking her. I don't think he would hold it against me at all. Just know, Julian, that I'm looking for you, and I'm ready to have you on Patagonia. So, with that being said, do you all blame me for taking Meringue? Would you have held out for Julian? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on me taking Meringue instead of taking the chance with the last 10 tickets. I promise Julian will make his way to the island. It might just take a little longer than expected. But if you stuck around to the end, I appreciate you. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!